Hey, welcome back to the Velox 18 Shaggy Hair Need to Shave Velox 18 YouTube channel extravaganza repo man. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. That's gonna be the intro though, because I'm not gonna change it, because that's not how I'm gonna do it tonight. I want to get going, but I wanted to start in the office and give you guys. I had someone ask me what is the process of like getting the assignment, and I can't show you on my computer, but I'll just explain it to you real quick. Give you guys like the 1 minute Reader's Digest version. That's how we're gonna start this, because this is how I start every night. I start in my office. Basically, I use a database. It's called the Recovery Database Network. I have to subscribe to it every month, but my clients, most of my clients, use this database. They upload their assignment. It sends a notification to me through my email, as well as in the database itself sends a big thing that says new assignment. And so I click on that. I look at the details of the assignment, and then I can either accept or deny whether or not I want the assignment. 9 times out of 10, I'm accepting the assignment. The only time I don't is if it's like clearly in like a wrong address, or that they sometimes they assign me stuff that's like way out of state, and I'm like, why are they assigning this to me? Like the address is in like Alabama or something. But sometimes I think it's just it's an error, so I just say it's outside of agent's coverage area and decline it. But it goes from there. Then I have to pay for another service, right? Another app that's on my phone, and those two things talk to each other. They're integrated. They are linked up. So all of my open assignments translate over into this app that has a map, and it tells me how many times I've hit each assignment, which assignments are new, which addresses are new. If they add a new address, if they get an updated address somehow, they'll add that in there. And so usually what I do is I just make sure everything is good here on my computer, and then the rest of the night I don't take my computer with me. I just do everything off of my phone. Once I get a vehicle, I can put it in my phone and mark it as on the hook, which means it's being towed at that moment, and that alerts them and lets them know like, hey, it's on the hook. And then from there, depending on some of the different clients' requirements, I take it to my lot. I take pictures. I do a condition report. There's tons of different types of condition reports that different people want, but everyone wants some version of a condition report usually. And they usually want at least 6, but some people as many as 10 pictures of every side of the vehicle, the VIN number to verify the VIN number, as well as the interior of the vehicle. And then we go out and look for another one. So that's the process. The setup process is a little more like lengthy and takes it's a little much, but it's required because of the industry that we're in. We're dealing with banks, and banks have a lot of regulation on what they can and can't do, and so they need to know who they're doing business with on this side of things to make sure that they're not going to get rolled up into any type of trouble because they hired the wrong repo man. So there's a lot of stuff that has to do with all that, but not anything that I can get into right now or want to get into right now, or that you guys would care about right now. But that's the basic gist of it. I get an assignment. The two apps or softwares communicate with each other. It populates it on my phone in a map. I go to each address that's on my map that says that, that's new, that's updated, that has a camera hit, there's a bunch of different kinds of icons on this map. And then I go and try and pick up the vehicles. And that's that, man. That's that. I do some skip tracing and some other stuff, but obviously I can't show you guys any of that. But that's all. I usually do that after the fact. I rarely skip before I run a run, because the banks are supposed to have or the forwarders are supposed to have someone looking at the address and making sure that it's a current address and all that. So, do they do it all the time? No, but I usually do that during the day on stuff that I already have been assigned, and then when it's time to go out at night, I'm not doing any skip tracing in the middle of the night unless I have to, or unless I have a hunch, then I'll do it. But anyway, so that's that. So maybe it wasn't 1 minute or 2 minutes, it was 4 minutes. But hey, it was as good as I can do. I'm a talker, y'all. All right, I'll catch up with you guys when we get in the truck and we're rolling down the road trying to look for these units. Let's go. All right, we are on the road. I got my red light on. See if that's Keeps me from just having a black box up there. Thank you, Amsel Adam, for the suggestion. I didn't actually. All I have is a headlamp, and I realized, oh yeah, that headlamp has red lights on it. Why don't I just put it up in my visor, and boom, there we go. Now you guys can see me and my facial expressions and my dumb face. Anyway, all right, we're headed down the road here. We're gonna head down towards Manchester United, Manchester Orchestra. They've been a go-to band for me lately. If you don't know who Manchester Orchestra is, yeah, this last year I just got my little recap thing from YouTube Music. They said I listened to 62 hours of Manchester Orchestra while I'm out here driving. So definitely my #1 artist. I'm in the top 0.1% of their listeners. So I think that makes me like a super fan. I think I'm a super fan. But I listen to them 75 times more often than a normal person, I guess. So hey, Manchester Orchestra. That's my jam. Anyway, all right. Yeah, we got to get down here, and then we'll end up in Tullahoma, which is pretty far from Nashville, just to be honest. But it's not as far from my house. So, you know, even though it's quite a ways from Nashville and probably should be outside my territory, I'm kind of running some stuff that's, because I live outside of Nashville, then it's a little closer to where I'm at. So, still try to get some mileage for it, because if I do get anything, I will have to drag it all the way back up to Nashville. So we'll see if we can find anything. We got, I think, 5 assignments or 6 assignments that we're stringing together to go look for. So that is the plan, and we're coming into a 45 zone, so I gotta back it down. I already saw a state trooper hiding out on one of these little areas where it drops down to 45. Can't ever be too careful. Smokey's out there even looking for tow trucks. You don't get to just blow by them. But anyway, all right, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit, hopefully with something on the hook. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't it be? All right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, we just got one on the hook. It's a little bit complicated. So it was nosed in, but I had room with a car behind it, but I had room to get in between the cars, so they weren't like stacked in there. But it was nosed in, and then it had both of its rear tires were leaned up against the car, but it has spare tires on the back. So what I did was I grabbed it by those tires. I put the wheels and tires, the stock wheels and tires, and I put them in the back seat. And then I grabbed it by the spare tires. I popped it into neutral because it's a front wheel drive vehicle. And I just heard my I strapped it so I could get it out of there because it's a little bit of rough terrain. But I just heard my strap start dragging because those little donuts, they're not, the wheel lift isn't, you know, I mean, it'll work on them, but they do adjust and shift a little bit. And so I must have hit a bump, and then it loosened my strap up, and I heard my strap fall down. So let me go fix that, and then I'll come back and chat it up with y'alls. All right. I don't love stopping right now because we are out a little bit in the sticks, and I prefer to just get this to safety and then get it hooked from the front. I will have to air up one of those donuts. It's got air in it, but I can tell it's low. And then we'll be rolling on donuts all the way back to the lot, which sucks. But I mean, we're either rolling on donuts or we're rolling on my dolly tires, which, you know, the donuts are a little bit bigger, and these ones, well, I won't have to pay to replace them if we wear these ones out, these donut tires. So that's kind of my thought on that. But I'm taking it real easy since I have it in neutral. I just need to get it somewhere safe. I could probably roll it on it how the tire is right now, but it's, you know, I'd be worried that I'd blow out the donut on the amount of air that's in it right now. And so I just wanted to secure the vehicle off the property, get off the property, get down the road just a little bit here, and I'll find somewhere safe where I can put it in park, drop it, and spin around and get it from the front, and then air up that donut, and then take off, head back to Nashville. It was good to get, this was actually, we're so far out in the sticks, this was actually the last address I had down here in Tullahoma, so I'm really glad that we got something to put on the hook to get us you know, get us paid for coming all the way down here. So I do need to remember to put it in park before I flip around, or before I drop it and release it. I did that once. I'll just be totally honest with you guys. I did it once. I left it in neutral on accident. I set it down. I opened the claws, and it just slowly started rolling, because it wasn't on a big hill or anything, but just slowly started rolling. I'm like, it was like that weird thing where it's like, I can't use the truck to stop it. So, you know, I can't like put the claws back under it like that. That's just super dangerous. Plus I might push it with the with the wheel lift and make it go even further. So I ran around the front of it, and I thought, I can stop it. Like, it's not a heavy vehicle, and it doesn't have much speed yet. Like, I was able to run in front of it, and it only gotten a couple feet from my wheel lift. But when I went to stop it, I was in gravel, and my heels just like went. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna do this right now. It's gonna catch some speed, and it's gonna go rolling down the hill. But luckily, it was moving slow enough that I was able to hop in it, stop it, use the brakes, put it in park. But it did definitely scared the living daylights out of me, and made me to where I'll never make that mistake again. Never ever. But anyway, I think this is a good enough spot here. I don't know if this is a real gas station or if it's like an old. Okay, yeah. All right. So we're gonna pull into this little gas station. Not very well lit, but because it's closed. But I'm off the road, and I'll be able to do what I need to do. So I will catch up with you guys in a little while, and hopefully everything goes smooth. Alright, we made it over here to the interstate. I thought that was the last address in Tullahoma, but it actually wasn't. We had two more. I think we only had a total of like 4 assignments down there. Maybe 5. Maybe there was 5 assignments down there, but there was like 9 addresses or something. So we just had a couple more addresses to check for another assignment, and those were no-go. But I already had this one on the hook, so I wasn't really stressed about it. I just wanted to make sure if I needed to shuttle back there tonight and grab 2 of them from Tullahoma tonight, then I gotta, you know, while I'm there, I gotta try and spot them if I can, even if I already got something on the hook. So anyway, so we did that, and then when we got over to the interstate, I just stopped real quick and checked the air pressure on the little donut the little donut tires we got, the little spare tires, because this thing's got 2 spare tires on the rear axle, which is what we're rolling it on. So we got the front, it's a front wheel drive car, so we got the front wheel lifted up in the air with the wheel lift, and then we're rolling it on the back axle, which has 2 spare tires rolling the back axle. So when I aired up the one that was a little low, it was actually a lot low. It was at 18 psi, and these tires call for 60 psi. So you know, and maybe that was just because it's pretty cold out. Cold weather tends to make the air pressure go down. You know, the air contracts or whatever, so then the air pressure goes down. But anyway, but that's pretty low. So I just wanted to check it again real quick. I just kicked the tire. I didn't like check the pressure with the gauge or anything, but I just kicked the tire, make sure it wasn't getting low. Once again, I'm just not big on trying to have a blowout with those little tires out here on the interstate. That would cause me a huge delay and just, you know, unsafe. You know, a lot of people ask me about how safe it is to do this work, and I always tell them, you know, it's probably safer than doing roadside work, because roadside work, man, it's dangerous. Like I don't know if people know how dangerous roadside work is. It's a stinking, I don't know, man. It's people driving is more dangerous than, you know, people who get upset at repos. So I don't know. There have been a number of national stories surrounding repo men being attacked and stuff, and so definitely more vigilant these days. Seems like people are more desperate and frustrated with everything going on in the economy, in the country, in politics, in their life. Seems like when the rhetoric ramps up towards an election year, then things start happening. So I don't know. I feel like that has something to do with it. But anyway, we'll keep on rolling down the road and see what happens later tonight. Hopefully we can get another 1 or 2 or 3. We'll see. There's only one way to find out. You got to run the addresses. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, we got that one stuffed into the lot. Took us a little bit to like maneuver it around, but now we're gonna go. We got like 8 addresses within like a little, I don't know, 4-mile radius, a little area down in Antioch, Tennessee. So we're gonna run down there and just hit all of those before we start heading back towards home. There's one in Murfreesboro that I might try and hit on my way back home, but we'll see if we get any up here in Antioch, then what time it is and all that. So anyway, keep on trucking tonight. Let's go. All right, we got another one. I got back under it and get it, but it's I know it's the one because I got a license plate on this one. So I just got to get under here and go get it hooked up. Let's go. All right, well, congratulations to you guys. This is the first night you guys have been with me that we've gotten two repos in one night. So that's a good night. That's the goal every night, to get at least 2. We hit that. Now we got to try and see if we can add on to it. So we're heading back down. We have like 4 more addresses to hit, 5 more addresses to hit in Antioch. But I'll be honest, some of those are it's late and they're less likely to be there. They're kind of, I don't know, maybe that's just my gut. Maybe it's not actually accurate. But there's some where, just based on who the client is and the location that they're giving you, like an apartment complex, it's less likely that they're going to still be at that address. So sometimes, you're kind of, it doesn't feel very, I don't feel very confident that I'll find what I'm looking for. So anyway, so I think I'm gonna skip some of these ones over here in Antioch, and because it's late, and so I need to go home and get some sleep so I can come back to the lot tomorrow and do some lot work. But yeah. hopefully we can get one more before the night's up. Get one on my way home, and then bring it to the lot tomorrow when I come to the lot. That would be ideal. So we'll see what happens. Catch up with you guys later. All right. Well, we struck out on the final few addresses we checked. Ran a quick skip on the last one, and it looks like it's an old address. There's a newer one in Georgia, and then there's some other ones. Basically, the system I use isn't great because it doesn't tell me when they started receiving mail there. It tells me the last time they received mail there, or the last time they had the address in their name, which means if they get, you know, anything sent to, like, if they live with their grandma or with their mom or with a family member and they get a piece of mail that gets sent there, then it comes back as a current address for them, even though it's not. So so it's hard to always, like, you know, distinguish like what's the newest address, because she has like 3 or 4 that show as current. And like I said, one's in Georgia, one's in Nashville, one's in Murfreesboro. So we'll check the Nashville one tomorrow and just cover our bases over here. But I have a feeling it's the Georgia one, just based on the way it looks like there was a lot of moving around over here in like 2019, 2020, and then the first time Georgia shows up is after all of that. So I'm thinking that's the current address, and we're just running these addresses for fun, I guess, just to cross them off the list so that someone else can go and make the repo in Georgia. I don't know, or maybe they look for it in Georgia and they can't find it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how I end up with the assignments and why I'm going to the addresses I'm going to. Like, there was one I went to earlier in Manchester where when I kind of do the background on that person, I don't come up with that address at all. So I'm like, whose address is this? And why am I running it? Is it just to go and knock on the door and talk to a family member? Or was this a possible address for them, you know, like a long time ago, and it just doesn't show up on their report? Like, I don't know. But you know, like I said, I don't use the most sophisticated skip tracing software or anything like that. I'm pretty basic, pretty generic. So I just trust that the skip tracers that are actually getting these addresses are doing their job. And like I said, sometimes you're just crossing stuff off a list so that someone else can make the money on it, which isn't fun, but you know, it's part of the gig, I guess. Probably happens for me. You know, other people are running stuff in other states, and then all of a sudden they find out they're in Nashville, they assign it to me, and I just go pick it up and think, oh, awesome, that was fun. And I don't even realize someone else probably had ran you know, a bunch of addresses for that person, and I just went and picked it up, you know, first thing. Easy peasy. But anyway, all right, I'm rambling because I'm tired. It's time to cut this video off. We got 2 tonight. It was a good night, and that's with all the driving we did down to Tullahoma and stuff. So yeah, it was a good night, and we'll hit the ground running tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have something on the hook tomorrow on our way back to the lot. So we'll see. That'll be on tomorrow's video. You guys have to tune in tomorrow on the Velox 18 Repo Man YouTube channel extravaganza. I don't know why I say that. It just became a thing, and now I say it. And every time I enjoy it. So you guys are stuck with the YouTube channel extravaganza Repo Man bull crap that I came up with, because I think it's fun. All right. And it's my channel. I'll do what I want. Love you guys. Peace out. See you on the next one. Holy crap. I was thinking to myself, it didn't get as cold as what they said it was going to get, but look at that. Yeah, it's cold. You can hear the grass crunching under my feet. All right. Yeah, 18 degrees is cold no matter who you are. I don't care who you are. That's cold. All right. Good night, everybody.